Come along on a Grand Canyon rafting adventure with
Explorer Kids!
The Grand Canyon is one of the most spectacular natural wonders on Earth. The canyon has been formed as the uplifting Colorado Plateau is sliced by the Colorado River and its tributaries. It is so remote that less than 100 years ago, it was thought that dinosaurs might still live here. Today, the Grand Canyon is still one of the most remote places on Earth. There is still no cell service, no computers, no radio, and no TV. It is much like it has been for millions of years. Its monumental walls keep spectacularly pristine wilderness in while keeping the modern world out. If dinosaurs were still to exist, this would be the place. In May 1869, John Wesley Powell set out to navigate this great canyon. It was thought impossible due to the huge rapids and extreme terrain. Powell took so long, it was thought he and his team had died. But on August 13th, Powell emerged alive, and he named it the Grand Canyon. This is our river raft guide, Jeremy, and he's going to answer some of your questions. So here we go. This is from Matt. His age is 15. Are there dams in the Grand Canyon?
Matt, there's no dams in Grand Canyon. They thought about putting a couple here, but they decided against it. And this happened a long time ago, and it's a good thing, otherwise we wouldn't be able to enjoy the biggest whitewater in America.
Fantastic, we got lucky. So here's another one. This is from Charlie. He's in Mr. Summers' class, and he's 10 years old. Are the oldest rocks in the world exposed here?
Charlie, they really are, yeah. Some of the oldest rocks that are exposed in the world are right here in the bottom of Grand Canyon.
And the oldest ones are in the bottom of the canyon, and the newer ones are at the top of the canyon because they're laid down layer by layer by layer. So we're seeing here basically the history of the world right behind us. Isn't that amazing? Okay, we have another one here. It's from Katie. She's age 9. It says, how hard is it to hike the Grand Canyon?
Well, Katie, it's not an easy hike. The Grand Canyon is a mile deep, and it's a 10-mile walk to get down to the Colorado River at least.
Wow, and it's like straight down, and then you have to hike straight back up again. So I would say it's a hard hike.
Yeah.
All right, so here we have a question from Brad. How big is the Grand Canyon?
Well, Brad, the Grand Canyon is 14 to 16 miles wide in places and about 280 miles long.
Wow, 280 miles long. If it was flat and you were driving your car, it'd take you like 5 hours to drive that long. That's a really big place. So, and here we have another one, and this is from Laura. Her age is 10 too. It's, how deep is the Grand Canyon?
Good question, Laura. The Grand Canyon's over a mile deep at its deepest.
And we just came through that area, right?
That's right.
Wow. This is another one from Susan. Why did the Grand Canyon dry up?
That's a good question, Susan. The Grand Canyon hasn't entirely dried up. Of course, the large river here behind us, the Colorado River, still exists. And the Grand Canyon's actually full of a lot of springs, so there's a lot of water just coming right out of the ground here.
And some of these layers actually were underwater, and shellfish and stuff like that were living there, and that's what created some of these rocks, right?
Exactly, yeah. We find a lot of fossils, especially from the Paleozoic era in Grand Canyon.
And that rock is called limestone, right?
Limestone, exactly, Jeff.
Fantastic. Great questions, kids. Thanks for sending them in. On our trip, we experienced huge whitewater rapids, big time. In addition to exhilarating whitewater and spectacular scenery, we had numerous wildlife encounters. We saw a bunch of bighorn sheep, including this big ram. We also saw a bunch of cool lizards like this colorful collared lizard. We took a fun hike to the dazzling aquamarine-colored Little Colorado River. We had a great time floating through some rapids here with our life vests on.
Go!
This river gets its bright blue color from the water dissolving limestone rocks. Limestone is created from ancient seashells compressed by gravity to form rock. We also hiked to some amazing waterfalls that are not created by a river like most waterfalls, but rather by natural springs. This spring water shoots straight out of the limestone rock cliff, just like water shooting out of a fire hydrant knocked over by a car. We even got to hang out behind the waterfall. How cool is that? While we floated down the river, we watched eons of time, literally the history of the earth in stone, drift by. I made new friends along the way, and we all worked together to make this a successful trip. Every day was filled with fun activities, and there was also a lot of fun things to do in camp. We slept out in a cot under the dazzling stars and moon. I didn't get bit by a single mosquito, and when we got too hot, we jumped in the river to cool off. The food was great too. This was an unforgettable adventure. I'll remember it my whole life. Explore Kids is proud to be featured on Global SchoolNet.